Hi, all. Tevye here with Fiddler Online. I just want to go over my 10-minute presentation from BNI last Thursday because I realized that it could be helpful to a lot of people that run small businesses and stuff like that. I've taken out a few parts that are a little more personal, reserved for my BNI group since I know them in person, but the important stuff about the apps and stuff that you can use to help your business are still here. So the first one I want to show you is just this e.ggtimer.com. And it makes it really easy to run a timer. So when I did my presentation, I set timer for 8 minutes so that I would be reminded when I had 2 minutes left and not go over on my presentation. At Fiddler Online, we're a small company. We don't have huge income. We don't have tons of employees or anything like that. That allows us to provide websites that are really great for not a whole lot of money. And we love that because we're able to help out small businesses that maybe couldn't otherwise afford what we have to offer. And so so one of the ways that we do that or are able to do that is by some of the tools that we use that help make us much more efficient or much more effective at what we do. And so I just want to share some of those with you today. The first one is called MileIQ, as you see right here. And it's just an app that runs on your phone. It's really great because it notices when you get from point A to point B in short enough amount of time that you couldn't have walked there. And it notices that and it tracks that, and then it asks you. And as you can see in this little animation right here in the center of the screen, all you have to do is swipe left or right to determine if it's personal to the left or business to the right. So after my BNI meeting, I got home. It had 3 drives because I drove to BNI, I drove somewhere else, and then I drove home. And I just had to quickly swipe left or right on those to determine whether they were business or personal. And so we were able to track our miles that way and do it really accurately and effectively without spending lots of time on it. The next tool that I'd like to tell you about is called Toggle. And Toggle is this little web app this is a desktop app, but there's a mobile app and there's a Chrome extension, all that kind of stuff, browser extension. And basically it's just there to track your time. So as you can see, here's my time that I'm tracking. But you don't have to manually enter everything. What you can do is just click here. It integrates with different stuff like Gmail, like Asana, various email apps and stuff like that. And so if I want to track my time on this email, all I have to do is click here, and then I can add a project if I want to. I'll say, whoops, I hit a wrong key there. I'll say customer care. And now my time for that email is being tracked, and it will update in this desktop app shortly, or I can force it to here. Now you can see it's tracking that email, W9 attached in my customer care project. So that makes it really easy to track your time, what you're doing with stuff. For example, this is my chart from last year, 2015, all my time that I spent on BNI. I just have a general item that I track for BNI, and this tracks all of it. You can see I spent almost 130 hours on BNI last year. So that helps me make a more informed decision, not just whether the price to sign up for BNI is valuable, but also the price of the cost of my time. Another great app is called Evernote. You might be familiar with Evernote or have heard of it at different places. And basically, it's just a really great place to store everything. You can get a scanner that will scan stuff directly into Evernote, and then you can scan all your bills, all your invoices, all that kind of stuff can go into Evernote, and then that way you have it digitally stored, and it's stored in the cloud. It doesn't have to be stored on your local computer. That way you can get to it from anywhere, from a phone or whatever it might be. Another great thing that it does is it allows you to save websites, and I do this all the time. Time could decide to put this great article about how you shouldn't multitask behind a paywall. Or it could change the address completely so that when I try to find it later on, I can't find it. But Evernote takes care of that. It'll let me just save the entire article. For example, here I have it set to simplified article. You can just have it save the normal article. You have it save the full page, whatever. I usually go with simplified article because it gives this nice, easy to read view. of just the important stuff that belongs in the article. Then you hit save, and it just saves it right there for you, and it's in your Evernote account. It's not that copy of it is not reliant on time, so you can always get back to that even if time moves that somewhere else. Another great thing it does is integrates with LinkedIn, and what you can do is take photos of business cards. So I get tons of business cards at BNI, and I really don't like paper. It just gives me more stuff to go through, more stuff to try to find, and I can't usually find who I need, when it's in paper, but it's easy to search your contacts on your phone. So with Evernote and LinkedIn, you can take a picture of people's business cards, and it will import all that information as shown here into your phone, and then you can save it as a contact in your phone. You can also connect with a person on LinkedIn. So it's super handy that way. Back on the multitasking theme from that article, one of the big things that causes people to multitask is their email. Their inbox is always dinging and saying, oh, here's a new email. Pay attention to me, look at me. And then you get off track of what you were doing, and it takes way longer, studies have shown, to get back on track and to get to be effective again after you've been distracted like that. So we really like this tool called Inbox Pause. And what Inbox Pause does, if I go back to my inbox here, is you can see, as it says up here, my inbox is paused right now. And there's a button right here for me to unpause it. So basically I can pause my email, and what that does is actually any new incoming email, it's putting it in a folder that I can't see. So it's just hiding it from me so that it doesn't distract me and bother me throughout the day. But then I have it set on a schedule, so once a day it's going to let all those new messages back into my inbox here, where I can see them and go through them and take care of them. So Inbox Pause is hugely effective. It allows you to still use your email and be in there and look up old messages and stuff, but without being constantly distracted. Another great app is called HelloSign. This is tax season time. You have to sign a bunch of things, W-9s and 1099s and all this different stuff. You got to sign stuff and you got to send it to people. Well, if you do it with paper, then you have to use an old fax machine, or you have to scan it back in, or all that kind of stuff. HelloSign makes it really easy. So if I go back to that message I had open here before, this is one of our clients that asked for a W-9 from me. So all I had to do was click this sign button, because I have HelloSign installed, and it went ahead and opened this document in HelloSign. It looks like I need to sign into Google again here real quick to make it work. So now it's going to load that document in HelloSign, and once it does, I can drop my signature in there. I can drop text in there. So like for text, all I have to do is click right here and start typing and fill it out. And it even does auto suggest from previous forms I've filled out to make it even quicker on me. I can drop a date in, it automatically fills today's date, my signature, all that kind of stuff. When I'm done, I just hit attach, and all it will do is it just takes those stuff that I typed in, it layers them on top of that document, and then saves that document with those layered on top. And I can attach it and send it right back to the person who asked for it. It makes it super simple and easy and quick to fill out forms. It's all legal. That same company, HelloSign, also has one called HelloFax. So people like me who don't want to have a fax machine, all you have to do is use this service, and you can fax documents places that you've scanned in, or even just like Word documents or documents on your computer that you saved, you can fax them to people. Oh, there, my time is up, so I know I've only got 2 minutes left, which is great because I'm down to just one last thing. LastPass. LastPass takes a little bit to get all the way into, and so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but just know it's something that you should be using. LastPass saves all your passwords for you. So, for example, this is how easy it makes your life once you start using it. Here I am on Facebook, and I'm not logged in. If I want to log in, I can just click my Facebook link here. Uh-oh. Now it's not working the way it should. There we go. So now it's showing this little LastPass indicator in those fields. I can just click on that. Bam, I'm logged in. I didn't have to type anything in. I didn't have to worry about that password or fuss with any of that stuff. LastPass also helps to keep you more secure. For example, a lot of people use the same password everywhere. If I use the same password on Facebook and on my bank account, my Facebook account gets hacked, then they know my password for my bank account. And that's a really bad thing. So what it allows you to do is just generate a long random password that you don't even know what it is, but you don't need to because LastPass saves it. And as it shows here, you can use it on all your different devices. It's not just in one place, it's stored in the cloud. And so really you only have to remember one password, and that's your login to your LastPass account. So it makes things super safe, super convenient, and super great for you. So something you should look into. I may provide more information about later. Kurt does some labs or like workshops on it, and that might be something you want to look into as well. Thanks so much. I hope you find these really helpful. They make a big difference in our business, and I had tons of really great feedback from my BNI group when I presented these in a very similar fashion on Thursday.